What is up, guys? Welcome to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. There's going to be a lot of talking going on, so I'm going to go into a arena battle and put it on auto and slow. So there's been many videos out there about, is the game dying? What's going on? And there was a question and answer session on the forums. If you want to go read that, there's some interesting stuff to that. But, by the way, I'm not going to guarantee I win these battles. I'm just putting it on auto. My question is, does CG live in a vacuum? And I'm asking that for a reason. Here's why. Because Gear 13 has been confirmed. Let me back up a little bit. Do I think the game is dying? No, but I think it could potentially be headed in the wrong direction. And I do not want this game to die. Listen, I'm never going to get sick of this game. Ever, because I love Star Wars with such a passion that anything that evolves around Star Wars, I'm going to play. I love the competitiveness of this game. Like I said, the competition I thoroughly enjoy. I shouldn't say dropping so much money, but I thoroughly enjoy getting these characters, collecting them, trying to level up, being good at the next event coming out, getting first in arena. I enjoy all of that. And there was talk about maybe vehicles coming to the game, which I honestly think would be interesting. But let's talk about like CG here, okay? Do they live in a vacuum? Because if they want the game to continue to be popular, the last 3 months it has struggled to be popular with the Jedi Knight Revan and then Darth Revan and Darth Malak specifically, because it's just been a complete and utter disaster. 1% of the people have it. I'm blessed enough to be able to have him. And I'm looking forward to getting, Darth Malak to 7 stars. I'm just saying that. But if you want to make this game successful again, and I'm not saying it's not completely unsuccessful, so you have to make it rock, paper, scissors. The free-to-play people have to be able to compete with the pay-to-play people somewhat. You have to make a CLS team viable to be able to beat Darth Revan. You can't just say, oh, here comes Padme. You have to have Separatist all at Gear 12 to unlock her. And pay-to-play players should have a huge advantage. They should be able to get a team, go on, press auto, and win the matches. I'm not denying that. I feel that way as well. But to keep the game interested, how many people have they lost because they don't have Darth Revan? And people just get sick of constantly having to hit a paywall and raising the ladder and the lasciviousness of what CG is going. They just keep moving the fences over and over and over that what character has to be eventually, they're going to have to create the most OP character in the game to eventually overtake the second most OP character. They have to go back to rock, paper, scissors. Commander Luke Skywalker has to be able to, I'm just throwing his name out there in general, has to be able to have some strategy to be able to beat a Darth Revan team. Strategically, you shouldn't be able to go in, put him on auto, and say, okay, here we go and win. Because there's so many variables to being able to win. Because Squad Arena, I think Squad Arena dictates how many people are interested in the game. And the reason I say that is because that's where your main crystal acquisition comes from. So people that know they can compete in Squad Arena are going to be interested in the game because it is the most PvP-oriented aspect in the game, more so than Grand Arena even. And Grand Arena is fun, don't get me wrong. But for people that feel that they've put in massive amounts of time in, some people, are completely free to play. Some people put a few dollars in. But some people have been playing for years and years and years, and they go, there's no way I can compete, even with the amount of time that I put in. And like I said, the word compete is important. No way that they can compete to place in the top of arena. People are going to get turned off on the game. Because, okay, the raids are awesome, but let me be honest. Not many people are going to be more excited to get the top score in the Heroic Sith raid as they are to be able to get first in arena. No people are going to be as excited to win their Grand Arena Championship as they are to get first in Squad Arena. It's just the way it works. So rock, paper, scissors, you have to somehow make it where a former team, CLS, Jedi Training Ray, you can put together a team and you can beat the Darth Revan team. I'm just using Darth Revan as an example. I'm talking about any meta that potentially comes. And like I said, strategy has to be used. You have to know what you're doing, which will make videos even more important from content creators like me. here's how you beat this team. You can't do it on auto. You have to do things correctly. And we already have a huge, the biggest difference in gameplay or how good you are really comes from mods. And if you have good mods, you're going to have a huge advantage, because I don't even have as high a speed mods as some of the other guys on the top of Arena. So if you don't farm mods correctly, mods are a free-to-play option of the game in the sense that everybody is able to farm mods. If you don't take the time to farm mods correctly or know what you're doing, you're not going to be able to compete in the top of Arena. And that is not a CG issue, that is a player issue. If they do not know how to farm correctly, they need to learn how to do it to compete. So knowing how to mod characters, a complete player issue. That's not a CG problem, like I said. So that would not hinder participation in the game, because there'd be, like I said, content creators that would say, okay, now here's how you mod these characters. If you watch us, you're going to be able to beat the top meta team. But until they actually realize that, they're going to struggle. And like I said, I love this game to death. I played it every day for the last 2.5 years. And I don't get sick of it, even though I get frustrated sometimes. But I know a lot of people that do. And I know a lot of people have messaged me individually saying that, hey, you know what? I'm going to quit the game. I'm tired of putting all the time in and not being able to compete at all. And I understand that. And I understand the people that come in and say that, hey, pay-to-play should have a huge advantage. You know, that's just the way it should be. And I'm not disagreeing with that. Okay, they should have a massive advantage, but it should not be the advantage that they have now, where it completely wipes the free-to-play players off the map. I'm not saying you should be able to easily go in and beat Darth Revan all the time for 100th time that I've said this. I'm just saying that you should be able to find a way to the more strategy you add to the game, the more thinking and, critical thinking, strategy, like I said, the more people are going to stay interested, because people like to compete when they have a chance. And being able to have to figure out how to put a team together to beat the meta team, because there's always going to be a meta team. It's always the way it's going to be. But people that can figure something out to make it work, you're going to keep tons of people interested, because everybody wants to be able to figure out that next idea. Everybody knows there is no team that they can figure out to be able to take down this team without new characters coming to the game. It's just the way it is. I know I talk with my hands a lot. I'm sorry. So, to recap with that, rock, paper, scissors has to become a thing again, and free-to-play players have to have a way to compete somewhat in what's going on. I mentioned in one of the previous videos, I really think having a live PvP system would gain a lot of interest, where you can pick somebody and say, I'm going to battle you right now live, let's go at it. I think they would have, seriously, like I said, I think there would be massive more people coming back to the game for that. And the Gear 13, rehashing that. People can't afford to play the game the way it is and succeed. If people know that they can't compete at all, for the 100th time that I've said this, they're not going to want to play the game. So knowing that you're going to have to spend a ridiculous amount of money or not be able to get Gear 13 pieces unless you can get 45 stars in the new territory battles, it's going to turn people off. So instead of continually adding more to the game in the sense of potentially trying to, okay, if you're a pay-to-play player, you're only going to be able to get better. And if you're a free-to-play player, you're only going to be able to get worse. They have to fix that. That's why I'm asking, does CG live in a vacuum? They have to talk and listen to their player base. They have to do it. Listen to their fans. Because I do not want this game to die. I want a 5-year plan out there. I hope Star Wars goes on forever, and I hope this continues to go on, but they are falling down the wrong path, and it needs to be fixed. And I'm free to say that. And if they get frustrated, so be it. But I have to be honest, and I really want to know all of your opinions on this as well. Do you agree with me with the sense that wake up, CG, what's going on? You can't add all this stuff, even though I think vehicles would be a fun idea, by the way. Make it more free-to-play friendly. Still give the advantage of pay-to-play players. You know, strategy has to matter. And don't add stuff that's constantly being paid. Every single month there's something. A marquee character, we got to pay for him. New gear, got to pay for him. Darth Revan, oh, you have to pay to get all these characters leveled up because he had an amount of time. Now, I had enough time to get him, obviously, with Darth Revan. But Darth Malak, you have to have all these characters. Padme, have all these characters. It's a huge disadvantage and a disservice to EA itself, or to the game, CG and the game itself. And they need to fix it somehow, because I don't want the game to die. Do I think it's dying at the moment? I don't think it's on life support, but I don't think it's in the healthiest stage it could be. So I want your opinion on this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the subscribe button, like the video, click the notification bell so you can be alerted to all videos that I post. I'm also leaving a link to my Discord server, Patreon page, and Twitter page in the description below. Make sure you check all of those out. And again, leave comments in the comment section. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Give me more video ideas as well, because the more strategic they make the game, the better it's going to be for content creators like me as well. Also, me and my brother have been streaming Star Wars: The Old Republic online. Make sure you check those out, and you can join our guild on there as well, because I plan to expand content, and nobody's going to stop me. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.